Hello everyone. Acorn has recently announced the launch of its cloud platform. It's available for everyone to use, and this platform offers users a sandbox environment where they can deploy Acorn application for free. In this short tutorial, we will outline the steps to deploy a simple application on this platform. First, we visit the Acorn portal on acorn.io, where we can find all the information to get started with Acorn. From there, we can log in just using our GitHub account. Clicking on the login button, you will be redirected to the authentication page. It was quick in my case because I was already logged before, but you will need, of course, to provide your GitHub credential first. After login, you will reach the Acorn dashboard, presenting you with several options. You can deploy an existing Acorn into the sandbox, you can explore the Acorn file format in the background, and you can also browse the Acorn related documentation. In this tutorial, we will focus on the deployment of an existing Acorn application. Well, in other terms, we have an Acorn application. It has been built and is available as an image in a OCI registry. We will then deploy this application package in this Acorn image. To illustrate this, we will use the voting app. This is a straightforward microservice application, originally created by Docker. And we have used this application in a series of introductory articles, as well as in the self-paced Acorn workshop. You can find references to those articles in the blog section of the acorn.io website. The voting application is available in GitLab, in the voting-application project, and in this project you will see a repository for each of the microservices. So the code of each microservice is in the corresponding repository. You have a config repository, and in this one, information regarding the application. For instance, you can see here, yes, the architecture of the application, so 7 microservices. You can use the vote UI to select an item, and then the result UI to view the item. And each time you vote for an item, your vote goes through all these microservices. Still in the config repository, you have the Acorn file used to build this application, with the definition of the containers and the job also to create a vote on a regular basis. You have also some volumes and secrets which are defined. So feel free to have a look in this repository if you want to know more about the voting app, and if you want to know more about how the voting app is packaged as an Acorn image. So from the Acorn dashboard, we will start by selecting the already have an Acorn. Next, we choose the from Acorn image, since we are deploying an already existing Acorn image from an OCI registry. Then we enter the image details. We will name it voting app. We will retain the region of the default Acorn project, and for the image path, we will indicate the docker.io, the voting. So the path of this Acorn image, docker.io log voting, specifies the image available in the Docker Hub OCI registry. The format v --. enables Acorn to automatically update the application when a new tag appears in the registry. We can see here that the image is found, and in fact, if we have a look in the Docker Hub, we can see that under log/voting, we have the voting app that is packaged as an Acorn image, and the last version in date is the v1.0.99. This is the Acorn image that has been built and distributed via the Docker Hub. After entering the information, we click on Deploy. The application will be created in the pending state. Okay, the statue will shift to provisioning, and additional details will be displayed, indicating the status of the application component, as we can see here. It will take a few tens of seconds for the application to be up and running. And once all the application's containers are up and running, the status will be changed to running, as you can see here. Two contextual menus are accessible on the right. The bottom icon, this one here, leads to the application endpoints, the endpoint that the user can use to access the web interfaces exposed by the application. We can see the vote UI here and the result UI here. So from the vote UI, we can vote and see the result of the vote, one additional vote here. When the application is launched, there's already 10 votes created by default. The top icon toggles a menu offering several application management actions. Visualize the account file that defines the app, starting, stopping the application, redeploying the application, accessing a shell in one of the running containers, and also we can delete the application. So for example, to view the application logs, we can click on View Logs from this menu. A panel will appear at the bottom of the screen, as we see here. It displays the log of all the application containers. Thanks to a menu at the bottom, we can select the container replica we want to see the log from. For instance, if I select the Redis here, I can only see the logs for Redis. And we could also filter the logs here, via this menu. So we can just close that panel. Also, clicking on the application name here, we can see it displays the main information of the application. Like for instance, the resource usage, we can see the endpoint, where the application was deployed. We can also see the account file that we can open here for more visibility. Also, we'll close this one. Clicking on the plus sign here next to the application name, it expands the apps and reveals details about its component. We can see the containers, job, volume, secret. If we select a component, for instance, well, this one here, we can see we have another panel on the right, which gives the resource usage, the image ID, multi-directories, the environment variables, well, additional information for the selected object. So the example here show the result container and the main information for this container. More details are available as well for other components. For instance, we can select the volume, this one, and we can see this volume is in EBS retain class. Because Acorn runs on AWS, it creates volume based on the Elastic Block Store of AWS. So we can see here one EBS with 1 gig of size and a read-write mode. The volume backing the Redis database will be the same characteristics. Similarly, we can inspect the DB crates. These secrets content was automatically generated when the application was deployed. And once we are done using the application, we can remove it using the remove option in the application contextual menu here. By default, it doesn't remove the secret and volume, so just remove them here. So as we saw in this tutorial, deploying an existing application in the Acorn sandbox is straightforward. All you need is a GitHub account, the application image, and we are good to go. So an application running in the sandbox will automatically be shut down after 2 hours. And if you need continuous operation and extra feature, you might consider upgrading to the Acorn Pro plan.